नमस्कार, वेलकम टू कॉमन इंडियन वॉइस। आजादी की अमृत महोत्सव आज एक और कड़ी लेके हम आपके सामने आए हैं और आज हमारे साथ देवाशीष चक्रवर्ती है, who is an entrepreneur and a teacher just like me. I was very lucky to be his colleague for a couple of years, and now today I am welcoming him. I welcome you, देवाशीष. I call him देवा, मे भी गलती से देवा कभी बोल दूंगी मैं वीडियो में भी. देवा, आज आप किसके बारे में बोल रहे हैं, क्या बोल रहे हैं? आई थिंक व्यूअर्स भी सुनने को उत्सुक है.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Rethe. I would love to call you as Isha ma'am, if you don't mind. Thank you very much for the short introduction. It's more than that. It's less than whatever you have said, because in front of you I am just a non-ability, I should say. Yes, today, because a wonderful time we are at now, right now, because just after a day we are going to celebrate. So keeping that in mind, I have thought of a particular character who may not be regarded as a freedom fighter, but has always been a catalyst to create freedom fighters. This person, even though he left his mortal body at the age of around 39 years, a few months, just as he promised, he will not cross 40. Even though he left the mortal body, the freedom fighters who became the individuals, Bengali individuals who became freedom fighters later on, were searched, and they were looking for a particular character named Swami Vivekananda. The Britishers were looking for this character, Swami Vivekananda, because who was this mastermind, who was aggravating, who was instigating these young people, this youth, to become freedom fighters and sacrifice their lives for the motherland. And when they came to know that this particular character had left the mortal body long back, they were shocked. So today, as you can now understand, we're going to talk about today about Swami Vivekananda, very popularly known as Swami Vivekananda, and who was earlier known as Narendranath Datta. It is a custom in Ramakrishna Mission, mainly, that if you join the monastic principle, if you join the monastic structure, you have to give up your original name and then take up the new name. That is the Swami Vivekananda. That was the name that he took up.
Mute.
So this is what we're going to talk about. Yes,
Devashish, I would like you to start with a few tidbits about his early childhood. What kind of a child was he? How did he, how did he become choose the path that he chose?
Okay, ma'am, regarding this childhood, it's really interesting because it is not the way we have, at least the new generation or the 21st century, the children are growing up. It has been completely different. First and foremost, it was a joint family. So the good and the worst of joint family he has come across. He belonged to the very prosperous family of Dutt family, which was very popular in the North Kolkata that time. His father was a barrister. So it was a prosperous family. His childhood has always been quite remarkable because it has always been quite playful. First thing is that, as we are accustomed, that he was very naughty. These days, people say, "Itna shant bachcha mujhe chahiye tha, aisa shant bachcha mujhe chahiye tha. Ye bachcha hai, chupchap rehta hai." But in his case, it was completely different. So we find that if you are quite aware of many more freedom fighters, you will find that most of the freedom fighters and people who are so popular, so important also, had left an indelible mark in history. They have always been very active. So from that, we may conclude that it is better to have active children rather than having very stoic.
Always. Actually, as a teacher, you and I always we say that the naughtiness is an essence of childhood.
Right.
You cannot expect a child to become mature. Then he is not a child.
True. True. Until unless we experiment, we cannot come to a conclusion that yes, this is right, this is wrong.
Exactly. So would
Experimentation is
you?
important.
Yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
Oh, ma'am, please.
Ah.
I don't think we are having an interview. We're just having a discussion.
So
where,
would you share one
yeah.
or two anecdotes?
Correct. Yes, I was coming to one of them. Let's show his inquisitive nature. His father, being a barrister, many clients used to come at his home. These are certain stories that I read when I was young. Our parents have brought us up with such stories. It's very unfortunate that today's parents are not giving that much of opportunity to the kids, which is very painful. I came across one of my students who said that she doesn't know about one of the freedom fighters. Sorry, excuse that natural disturbance. But this is something which is really ridiculous. So we find that the barrister, this particular father, had clients who belong to various communities. And accordingly, the hookah, which was very popular in Bengal that time, the handheld hookah, which was much more hygienic. I don't know, maybe.
Have you tried it?
That makes me come to the conclusion probably that was hygienic. So it was kept in the home, in the room, in his parlor, in such a manner that people coming from different communities can have that particular hookah. It was divided that way. The young Narendranath, who was popularly known as Naren at home, at the pet name, he came and started testing all of them. Suddenly the father entered into his parlor and he was shocked to see this kind of a behavior. And asked his son, Naren, what are you doing? You have gone crazy or what? So he was telling, no, father, I was just trying to understand what was the difference between the various hookahs that you have kept. How does it taste? So this is how he tried to remove the difference that was there in the society. However, let me mention over here, I'm not trying to generalize. If we look through the whole life story of Swami Vivekananda, we'll find that he was not trying to break anything. He was trying to give respect to each and everyone without disturbing the religious practices that each one was following. That we have to understand. He
was more for dignity.
Exactly.
Everyone should get the dignity they deserve.
Correct. The human dignity was being accepted, the human rights that we speak about.
Yeah. Nowadays, human rights, don't even talk about human rights nowadays.
That is it. So he was not only speaking of human rights, but he was also speaking on the human duties. So we should not come, why I'm mentioning this, that we should not draw a conclusion, see, this is a person who is trying to bring everyone in the same field. Yes, that is true. But he was more into providing human dignity and allowing every religion to be followed by the person whoever wants whichever religion to be followed without interfering into any one of them. That is what he was trying to convey. Another incident that I remember, this is his his boisterous nature, his revolting nature. Another, his sacrificing nature that was already there in him. It was seen that whenever some mendicant, some beggars would pass by his home, it was just on his, it is still there, the house is still there, it has been renovated and preserved by the Ramakrishna Mission. It's still there in central Kolkata. It is on a bylane, the main road and just a bylane. So whenever the mendicants used to pass along his way, he used to give away things from home, throw it from the top. So now it might seem quite awkward, but today if these things are done by kids, we may scold them. It's true. Why should we throw it? But I really doubt whether how many children are doing it. If they're doing it, it's good. We can channelize it in the right direction.
Sacrifice.
Then it can be, yeah, the thing of sacrifice. So what you asked me, Devashish, should tell me about how did he suddenly become a sannyasi? No, he didn't become a sannyasi suddenly. Those instincts were there. And because he got good amount of grooming, that flourished. That flourished. So the society has also played a role. We cannot say today people say that I am free. I should think about myself. I am an individual. So these thoughts
Me time.
needs to be checked.
Yeah, me time. Me time.
Exactly. So continuously spending time with the mobile phone, with the gadgets, we are not telling it is wrong. It is not being told it is wrong. But there should be some amount of space to be given to the parents also, to the society also. Because everything, whatever we become, it is because of, not because I am doing something. It is because there are various factors which eventually develops the character of an individual. And that eventually makes a person.
True, absolutely true. The next question I asked is that, I'm going to ask you is that people would love to know how he became a disciple of Ramakrishna Paramhans.
Oh.
Because, as Bengalis, we know it, but I don't think so. People from other states actually know what all transpired.
Correct. Again, I would, with folded hands, I will tell to my audience, whoever would be listening to this or here watching this, that whatever knowledge I have gained, it is through various communications, through coming across various monks and disciples of Ramakrishna Mission. So there may be some areas where I go wrong, where there may be some information where I go wrong. I may. So I would request everyone to drop their messages in the this comment section so that I can rectify myself. And if you find these are helping you, please drop a message in the comment section again, so that motivates Isha ma'am and her channel, and also gives me a motivation कि yes, chalo, banda kuch to bol ke gaya tha jo kaam mein aaya. Coming to your question. Yes, interestingly, again, I come to another individual, the role of a teacher. Sri Ramakrishna was introduced. Sri Ramakrishna is more popular as Thakur in Bengal.
Ramakrishna Thakur.
This is, yeah, we mainly people who follow Ramakrishna Mission and the Trinity, they usually term Sri Ramakrishna as Thakur, Sri Sarada Devi, his spiritual consort as Sri Ma, and Swami Vivekananda as Swamiji. These are the three terminologies that are very common. And regarding one, I will add a bit of information before I proceed to this question of yours, that though Swami Vivekananda has established the headquarters at West Bengal, he is equally popular in South India, equally popular, if not more. They are doing tremendous work in South India, tremendous work on Swami Vivekananda. The Vedant Kesari that we have, they have one particular section coming, this, what do you say, a pull-out kind of thing coming in Vedant Kesari, which is also run by one of the organizations in South, if I'm not wrong, which is, we're giving some value education with every edition. And during, every edition. And in 2020, Vedant Kesari supplied free of cost this particular book all throughout the year, which was again a commendable fact.
Yeah.
So this shows that, it's mind-blowing. Again, the sacrifice thing that was shown by Swami Vivekananda at his young age, even after a century has passed, the institute, Ramakrishna Mission, is still following it to the core. You can get huge amount of benefit by shelling out even without shelling out something, just by shelling out your time, you can uplift your character. Anyways, let's go. Sorry for the digression. So this, when he came to know about, when Swamiji came to know about Thakur, it was sudden. It was sudden thing. I think the poem was Daffodils or The West Wind. I don't remember. It was by William Wordsworth. I'm sure that it was a poem by William Wordsworth that was being explained by a Christian teacher. I'm specifically mentioning the community so that people don't have to think of something else. I'm specifically mentioning it, that to show that a teacher is a teacher. And Swamiji asked him, what is ecstasy? To this particular teacher, the professor told him that if you want to know more about ecstasy, you have to visit a priest who is at Dakshineshwar. That time, Sri Ramakrishna was at Dakshineshwar as head priest in West Bengal. So Swami Vivekananda was surprised that this professor talking about a priest to know about ecstasy, which has been expressed in this Western poem. He was dumbstruck. And that time he was completely moved by the Brahmo movement, which was talking about no idol worship, etc., etc. So today we may think so many things, we may consider many things about logic, about reasoning, whether to worship idols, whether not to worship idols, whether to go without a form or with a form. But if we follow just Swami Vivekananda and his life, we'll come to find that we don't have to look for anywhere else. If you're an atheist, you can follow Swami Vivekananda. If you're a theist, you can follow Swami Vivekananda. You will get a solution to every question to that. Because from an atheist, he became a theist.
Same here. Do you remember me?
Yeah, I know you. That's true. So yeah, so this is how he came across this Sri Ramakrishna. Yes, coming across Sri Ramakrishna, he didn't. It was not love at first sight. It was mainly hate at first sight. It was not a love at first sight. So this is how he came across Sri Ramakrishna.
I have heard a story about Girish Ghosh and all, and in that story मुझे मैंने सुना था, मेरे फादर ने भी सुनाया था, दादी ने भी सुनाया था, हमारे घरों में तो इनकी कहानियां सुनाया जाता था। तो उन्होंने मुझे बताया था कि जब रामकृष्ण परमहंस ने उनको एक्चुअली चुना था और जब स्वामी विवेकानंद उनसे मिलने गए तो रामकृष्ण परमहंस ने बोला था, नरेन तू आ गया, मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ। ये फैक्ट है? मैं कब से वेट कर रहा था।
Correct. This is correct. And the way in which he entered, it is still blocked at the Dakshineshwar room to show people from which part actually Swamiji entered first time to meet Sri Ramakrishna at Dakshineshwar's at his room. It's kind of a surreal experience. Anyone who listens to this particular conversation, I would request everyone to drop in at Dakshineshwar at any point of time to enjoy this.
I love that place.
It's mind-blowing. And I will request them to visit this place early morning or in the evening after 5:30 or 6 p.m. I would request them not to visit during the peak hours. Otherwise, they will not get the feeling, that kind of feel. And especially during the winters or early mornings of a summer, I would request them.
Yeah.
Then they will get the feeling. Otherwise, it will not be that much effective. Everything has its own time.
Exactly. Okay, the next thing is that, as you said, that he did not actually accept Ramakrishna Paramahansa, even though Ramakrishna Paramahansa kept on telling him that you are going to be my disciple, and he was like, who's this man? So how did he ultimately, become his greatest disciple? How did he become?
This is something which if followed by each and everyone to choose his guru and teacher is not the same thing. I think people who would be listening, they must be knowing about it. Even if they don't know, that is not a problem. Everything is available in the internet. In Sanskrit, there are various degrees of teacher. So guru is the highest possible. Acharya is one of them. Acharya is the top most. If we choose a guru, as I have learned from very well dignitaries, that before choosing a guru, you should test that person day and night, not just spending a few hours. You cannot choose a guru. You have to spend night, because otherwise you don't see the other side of the coin. And Swamiji tested Thakur like anything. Once it is very popular, people who have read about Swamiji or Thakur, that Thakur was unable to, the moment he touched this coins, it became a bit a kind of paralysis crept into his body. So Swamiji,
you would say his body is burning.
He felt as if exactly, correct. So Swamiji thought it completely crap. Today we run after gurus whenever we see, and then when our when our expectations get hurt, then we say, oh, every guru is bad. Same thing happened with Steve Jobs. He came in India, came across a guru who he knows, whom he came across, and then he got fooled, and then he said every guru is bad. So we cannot draw a conclusion by one person. Yeah, we cannot generalize. Today we can say that every president that comes in a particular country is bad by considering one person. That is against stupidity.
Yeah, it is.
That is against stupidity. We cannot generalize by watching someone just for one particular time. So it is very wrong to say that gurus are completely crap. There are gurus who are genuine, but depends how genuine you are.
True.
Because if you believe in law of karma, the way I am, I'll be getting that way. Thank God Steve Jobs didn't get the right guru, otherwise he would have become the next saint and wouldn't have got what Apple has given us for such a long, so many years. So fine. Anyways, so what Swamiji did that one day when so Thakur was not in the room, in his cot, the wooden cot, it's still there in Dakshineshwar. The wooden cot, he kept a coin there, just not also in front, just below the this quill that is there. He just kept it below there. As soon as Thakur sat there, the same whatever he mentioned right now, Jolegalo, I can't bear it. Who has kept here something? I can't bear it, etc., etc. And suddenly Swamiji was got a bit nervous and said, "Sorry, I just kept." And then Sri Ramakrishna didn't say anything to him. As a parent, what would I have done? I would have slapped that fellow. You have gone mad or what? You're testing me. You don't know who I am, etc. But he didn't do anything of that. He just said that, "Oh, you are testing me. Good. You should." One more testing example I'll give. This is the highest. Thakur was at his deathbed. His mortal body was just going to go. They have taken the Guru Bhais, that means the disciples, the 12 disciples of Thakur had taken good care of him because of his throat cancer. He was at his deathbed. There was no one in the room. A few weeks or few days afterwards, Thakur was going to leave his mortal body. Swamiji was sitting just beside his bed. Thakur was unconscious, almost, not responding because he was unable to speak only. Swamiji was just thinking that if at this point of time you can speak up and say that you are an avatar, I'll accept you as my guru. Right at that moment, Thakur replied, and it is documented in one of his books. It is documented. I'm not making up the story. If anyone finds it a story, please mention it in the comment box. But it is documented. Thakur said that still you're having doubt that I am the avatar. Fine, listen carefully, Naren. The person who came as Krishna, the person who came as Rama in this Kali Yuga, it is Ramakrishna. Remember that. That was, and whenever I read that, it gives goosebumps. It gives goosebumps.
True.
It's mind-blowing. So testing is necessary. This is because this Indian culture started with a question only. This whole world was created with a question.
Tarka Shastra.
Exactly. So no one in this this is the beauty of getting born in this particular country, that you can question, and if a person is not willing to answer, there can be two cases. Either the person is not knowledgeable enough, or else you are not in the level of getting that answer.
It's true. Absolutely. Wonderful words, Debashish. Awesome. Seriously awesome. Achha, now my next is that how did he inspire? He inspired many people, even Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, all of them were inspired by him. How did he inspire the generations? And there are also people like you. You are a young person. You're quite younger than me, young person, but yet you are inspired by him. Yet you are inspired by him. and there are many who are inspired. What way, how did he do that? How did he manage to do that?
No, ma'am. Inspiration, I wouldn't say that it happens. He didn't think of inspiring like that, actually. See, ma'am.
Action.
Yeah, I was, yes, that's it. Because we have so many motivational channels coming up in YouTube. We have so many. We don't have to say, people know. There are so many YouTube channels today with motivational speakers, Westerners, Indians, etc., etc. It's good. I admire them. There are so many followers. We have so many interesting terms coming up. Influencers. But influencers in what respect? We had one this pizza case, some delivery case, some lady was etc.
Nonsense.
She was also an influencer. So we know what kind of influences people are having because of them.
True.
So today we need, I'm telling, it's very sad to say, whenever we are working in social activities, we have seen in social work when we are going for, people look for influencers to create some kind of influence. There are some channels who are doing really good work for India. They are showing the positive side of India, where people are telling, some industrialists are telling that it is better not to highlight Bollywood actors, or rather actors. Let me clip my word. People will think that I'm becoming a more focused. It is better not to highlight actors as real heroes. There are more heroes. If we go for the armies, if we see how the social activists are working, if we find how people are working really hard to bring the country to the level where they are, where it is today, it's mind-blowing. We are not actually having influencers in the right sense. Influencers today are like people who are who can dominate people in the this consumerism. You advertise a product, and you become, and people follow that product, so you become an influencer. But if a person really wants to have peace of mind, a kind of good, strong character, which Swamiji has always highlighted upon, and which Ramakrishna Math and Mission always highlights upon, the character building in education. Basically, I'm just digressing for just 1 minute. Because our social work that we are mainly focused on is mainly on education. We are going through national education policy. We are going through various texts and the life stories of and the lives of various other characters before 1947. Everywhere it is being mentioned of character building. Thanks to the National Education Policy 2020, they're also highlighting at character building. So this is again coming back to the same place. We are going to celebrate 74th, 75th, around, we are in the 74th.
We are about to start 75th.
Yeah. Correct. We are going to juncture of 75th year old, this independence. But still we are suffering in the character level. That means what kind of education we had then? Rather, before 1947, the education system must have been better. I'm just questioning.
Yeah.
Why is it that we are having so many old age homes? So today you are asking me about how he influenced people. No, he never tried to influence. None of the people, freedom fighters or social activists, if we regard them as, or who actually brought about the independence of India, they never tried to influence people. They did their work. We got influenced by their sacrifice, by the dedication, by the determination to change. In this regard, I will tell you one thing, ma'am, that today we have the Vivekananda Rock. But that Vivekananda Rock was not there. It has been named in memory of Swami Vivekananda. But before that happened, he went to Kanyakumari. There is a particular book on Swamiji, how he traveled the whole India to understand the problem. Now, how many of us do that? Today, we are sitting in a AC room. We pass comments, we pass judgments, we go for debates in TV channels. But how many of us take the initiative to go around the India or around the world to find out a solution to the problem? Swami Vivekananda did that. He went to Kanyakumari at the last tip, and then he thought of meditating. And then he went to the last bit of Indian rock and meditated there. And not for 1 day or 2 days, 3 nights. We go to Malaysia, we go to Dubai for 3 nights getting a package. He didn't get any package. His package was very simple, to alleviate the poor people. Because again, the same question comes up. Every people, whether it is a cynic or a person who is really concerned about the country, they tell that even if it is a spiritual country having a huge legacy, why is it that India is such a poor country? No, India was poor. Today, India is rising. There are some vested interests who are showing the negative side of the country. That is something else. But positive things are definitely happening.
Yeah.
Today, the Olympics is a wonderful example to show that.
Exactly.
It is not a matter of joke. It is not a fluke that Tokyo suddenly we got so many awards. It is not a fluke. So this shows that if we dedicatedly work on a particular point, it can give results. Swami Vivekananda did that. He looked onto that problem, that if India is so much rich in spirituality, what is the problem? Why is it not happening? And then he sat on the last bit of the rock and understood that the main problem is not religion. India is having the religion. It is intact. It's fine. But the problem is we are not worshipping the God that is within us. That is the main issue. And the book says that this is the first time probably where spiritual guru, Swami Vivekananda, spiritual guru, has meditated not on any gods or goddesses or anyone else, but on the Matri Bhumi. This is the unique thing about Swami Vivekananda. So when you are telling how he inspired, so this thought, this activity, this contribution, this sacrifice of him, that has made him a character which inspires even to this day. I can assure you, ma'am, anyone who reads his letters even to this day, it can instigate a fire within that person to sacrifice his life for the welfare of the country. I can give in writing.
So share a few of his thoughts. Share a few of his thoughts.
Yeah, sure. One is that I will, because I have raised the topic of religion, let me bring a conclusion to that. He has given a wonderful point to this. Religion is the manifestation of the divinity already in man. So he is not against any kind of religion, but he is telling that religion is just a superficial level. That is a starting point. Whether you go to the temple, or you go to the church, or you go to the mosque, or you go to this Gurudwara, you go to anywhere, or a synagogue, wherever you go, you are going there just as a first step towards identifying the potential that is there within you. It is just from outside to inside, Bahirmukhita to Antarmukhita. The moment you identify the spirit within, so the same spirit is within you also, man. Am I not audible? Fine.
Sorry, there was a little bit of technical glitch. Devashish, please continue.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. I think at times such glitches are necessary so as to make things more effective, probably. So just as I was mentioning that his terminology or his very famous quote, religion is the manifestation of divinity already in man. So when he was sitting in the last Indian rock, he was actually contemplating on Bharat Mata. How many of us have done that? Today we may sit in AC rooms. Today we may sit in the modern rooms. But how many of us take the initiative to become a parivrajak, become a sannyasin, live out sannyasin? We may not become a sannyasin. There are many people who are not getting married also these days. I'm not going into that. But if we are really concerned about the country, we can take up one single event and can try to change. Swamiji has done a great work. We may not reach that scale, no problem. But we can identify one issue, which is the problem with the country, and can work on it. Let that become our motto. That can be enough. That is what I feel.
Devashish, my last question to you. I will always come back to you, and I'm going to have another program with you. I want your
Sure,
promise
that will
on
be a
that.
privilege.
And the last question is that, do you think Swamiji is relevant in today's world? And
My
how
goodness.
relevant is he?
Okay, this is a similar question I asked one of the monks. That is Swamiji relevant even to this day? Because many of my students, they are unaware of Swami Vivekananda. He said that the relevance, I shouldn't say he said, it is rather we can conclude to this thing that the relevance of a particular thing becomes more prominent seeing a present situation. Swami Vivekananda talked about character development. Swami Vivekananda told about sacrifice. He looked upon the country where there will be less amount of poverty. Women should be respected. There should be equality. Women and men, they are two wings of a bird. If the country has to flourish, we should give respect to the womankind. Today, are we giving respect to the womankind? Today, are we ready to sacrifice for our country? Today, are we ready to take an initiative to reduce poverty in the country? Is there no poverty in the country? If these areas are still not addressed, if there are some issues which are putting the country down, then I think Swami Vivekananda is still relevant. As I mentioned in the previous point, that in order to identify what is my work, because I can think country is going to celebrate 75 years of independence. So the country is hunky-dory, nothing is there. No, there are many problems.
Yeah.
We can identify one such area, such as our social work is mainly in education-related field and making a reality, the special children, giving an economic solution to the special children and making inclusive education a reality. This is where we are working. So here also we find Swami Vivekananda as our role model. Because until unless we sacrifice, today, though we are householders, we have our own family to take care of. But then also we try to give some amount of time to think of something beyond our bread and butter or bread and rice and dal, we may say.
True.
So if we are doing this much, that is enough, because Swami Vivekananda said that even if one person is suffering, I will rebirth. I will take a rebirth. Now you can understand, ma'am, taking a rebirth means again going through the cycle of suffering. Because taking birth means you have to take some obligations as a human being. You cannot ignore that.
Exactly.
So if we are really caring about Swami Vivekananda, if we really love him, if we really idolize him, why should I allow him to take another birth and suffer the same thing again? Let us take the initiative. Let us take the initiative to bring some amount of change to the society. May not the way he has done it. He is our role model. But if we do a 0.1% of it, it can make wonders. I've seen people doing wonders. I have come across one of the organizations. I came to know about this organization who take so-called beggars back home, treat them, give proper medication to them, and many of these people have gone back home. I cannot think also doing such a work because this kind of thing I cannot believe also.
I will tell you one incident of a school
Yes.
teacher over here in Yavatmal. He belongs to the RSS. When there was a flood in Kerala, he took a bunch of school students with him. He went there for 2 months. He sent back, his sister is my friend, and she shared those photographs. He cleaned the houses of so many people with those children. I was, it was like hats off to those children, that they and hats off to their parents, that they sent them over there and selflessly they worked for two months and they came back exhausted, but there was a smile on their faces.
That's it.
They were very happy. Such kind of such kind of
this
selflessness,
is what
even I am not
exactly
capable of it. I am not. Honestly, I'm
that
just
is
a
it, ma'am.
human being, just a human being, ordinary human being.
Ma'am,
I
ordinary people only does extraordinary things. That's it.
I don't know,
I'll just
but yeah, it is a pleasure to talk to you. It is a pleasure to talk
ma'am,
to you.
I'll interrupt. Please
Yeah,
don't
sure.
mind.
Please,
I
please
have to
do.
end with one point.
Yeah.
With Neeraj Chopra example. You must know about this challenger, veteran. I forgot his full name. I wrote his name somewhere. His challenging person. I forgot his name. Veteran from Germany. He was the chosen person. His normal best. His world ranking is number 1. His best is I think 90s in his 90s, 97 or 95. I wrote it somewhere before I came here.
Okay.
Some 90s something is best. And of Neeraj Chopra, his best is around 89. But we found Neeraj Chopra doing better than him. And I think the Germany fellow came around ranking in 9th. Before the Tokyo thing started, he was asked, how do you feel about Neeraj Chopra? He said that, leave it out. This is my best. Let him think how he is going to topple me. Neeraj Chopra told, I'm not concerned about anyone's records. I'm just going to give my 100%. So this is my takeaway from today's session. Because today you have given me a platform. I'm not at all eligible for that. I'm being very honest. Yes, we work. Seriously, I'm telling you.
Arguments aside, but this is a platform where, people like you and me, ordinary people of India, come and they speak. So there is no question of who is eligible or who is not eligible. Nothing of that sort.
Fine.
It's for everyone.
I accept your compliment with gratitude. That's not a problem. But honestly speaking, there are many such people who are unsung heroes, I can say,
exactly,
who are doing more than me, utilizing Swamiji's messages to the best and performing their tasks, following him to the core and doing much more than that. But because this platform has come, I have taken this opportunity so that after going through this particular session, if they have so much of patience to complete 30-40 minutes of that speech, if they find it eligible enough, if even 1% of audience starts working, that will make a huge difference to the society, and that will be our contribution to the society.
Exactly. I will end with just a small thing. My niece, yes, I spoke about her yesterday. She saw the series that we did on unsung heroes of our freedom struggle. This Amrit Mahotsav, that was our contribution.
Yes. Correct.
And she sent me slides. So I was very happy that yes, if she's only in class 4 and she has taken away something from this. So maybe 0.000.001% I have done something. Correct. So she gave me a feel good. She really made me feel good. Eka means I really want to thank Eka again. She made me feel good and she gave me the motivation to carry on, that not to give up.
That is it. That is what I was telling them. Ma'am, see, YouTube is a completely different kind of a platform. Here, number of views can be increased, can be decreased. Many things can be done. Leave that out.
But actually, in reality, if I'm able to influence someone, and in reality, if they start, reading about such people, and then they take the good things of these people, then that is one of the steps. It becomes one step in the steps that all my countrymen are going to take.
One step forward towards progress.
Exactly. It was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much. And I will again sit with you, and you have to commit. I know you are very busy, but still you have to give me time again.
If I can manage with any of these topics which you think of, I'll definitely try. Definitely.
Yeah. धन्यवाद. एंड अगर आप लोगों को अच्छा लगा, कुछ सीखा, प्लीज स्वामी जी के बारे में पढ़िए, रामकृष्ण ठाकुर के बारे में पढ़िए, आप लोगों को बहुत कुछ मालूम पड़ेगा, अपनी जिंदगी जीने की तरीका मालूम पड़ेगा। हमने बहुत ज्यादा बोला नहीं है क्योंकि किताबों में बहुत कुछ लिखा है, हमने जस्ट कुछ पॉइंट्स एंड मतलब उनका टॉपिक पे हम क्या बोलेंगे, इतना वास्ट है वो टॉपिक, वो खत्म ही नहीं होता है, खत्म ही नहीं होता है। तो प्लीज आप लोग रीड अप कीजिए एंड मैं उम्मीद करूंगी कि आप लोग देखेंगे, लाइक करेंगे एंड शेयर करेंगे प्लीज। थैंक यू।
Definitely. Thank you.